Hi guys, so I'm back today. I just kind of wanted to touch on a subject that I get asked about a lot. The biggest thing I always have people ask me is, what kind of foundation do you wear and how do you know what shade is right for you? It's actually really harder these days, I think, than it used to be, but then it's easier in some ways than it used to be. Reason being, I guess, how I would say it's harder is that there's so many more shades, which is great, but it's very confusing sometimes. Every brand kind of labels their foundations differently, so you might think you know what you are, but in another brand you think you've got a shade close and it's just not, it doesn't end up being the same. I guess, like I said, the pros to that though is that back in the day there was like 5 shades and you just had to make it work. And I think back then we seen more yellow lines on the jaw. I still do see a few sometimes, and I just want to grab them and say, oh my gosh, do not look in the mirror. But anyways, all of that aside, the first thing I will say is that if you have a Sephora close to you, they actually have what they call the Skin IQ system. It's this really nifty device that let me just choke here. It's a really nifty device that they use to take scans of your skin, and that will actually kind of tell them where, like, what your undertones are in your skin and help you find a shade like in your favorite brand. It actually compiles all the brands that they carry, and it'll say, okay, like this is the shade you would be in all these different brands, and they can even do concealer and match you to lipsticks. It's actually really, really neat. So if you do live near a Sephora, definitely go by. It's free. It does not cost anything, and they will actually swatch them for you too, and they can even apply it all over. They call it just a mini makeover, where they just do like one thing for you, and they can actually apply like a foundation that you think you might like but you're not sure. They can apply it all over so you can see what it would look like. Other places don't really have it that I know of yet, but it is a really neat, so if you do live near a Sephora, take advantage of that. But also, I think back in the day I thought, well, I'll just swatch on my wrist, because I used to get told all the time that your wrist is a good spot. The color is pretty close to what your face is. Now I'm just like, I don't know about that. So the smartest thing that I say to do is swatch between your jaw and your neck, because sometimes the neck is a little bit lighter than the face or vice versa, and if you want to make sure that you find a shade that's going to blend from your face down into your neck. Like if it's the wrong shade, it don't matter what you do, you're gonna have a really hard time blending it out. So it's better just to swatch in this area, and that can tell you, if it's gonna work. Anyways, so basically the idea behind foundations though is a lot of them will say they are for example, my favorite foundation that I have found, liquid, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay. And as you can see, it's like I almost need a new one soon. And in this brand, I actually wear the light neutral, and I can also wear the light beige. So how it works is basically, when you look at the brands, you can kind of tell that some of them have a neutral undertone, some of them have a cool undertone, and some have a warm undertone. When you look at your skin, if you look at my neck, I actually have more cool undertones in my skin, which means that the undertone in my skin is pink. So that's where you're gonna go for like beigey type tones, because those are gonna have a pink undertone in them. The neutral undertone is like the go-to. If you do not know whether you are warm or cool undertone, go for neutral. You will usually be pretty safe with a neutral. The word means what it says, it's neutral. So whether you're warm or you're cool, it's gonna work. I try to go for neutrals as much as possible if I order online, especially just because I know I'm probably gonna be okay. I'm probably gonna be able to make it work. And it's hard ordering foundations online because like a lot of times the swatch looks nothing like it does when you actually get it and try it out. So that being said, warm undertones mean you have a yellow undertone in your skin. A lot of darker skin tones actually are warm. So those skin tones will gravitate more towards like, you know, the warmer tones and having like that glow, that golden glow. And that's what I found working at Sephora for people of darker color. Sometimes it's harder for them to find a foundation because either they're going to need to look glowy and be a little bit lighter than their natural skin color, or they're going to just be like dark. So anyways, so I try to stay within neutrals if possible, and I also go for beige because I do have cool undertone in my skin. So that's kind of how you can know. And it's, you know, once you kind of start understanding the concept of it, then when you look at brands, you can actually go, okay, I kind of think I know what they're doing here. And I think a lot of the brands are trying to make it easier to understand how their levels work, but sometimes it can still be really, really confusing when there's like 100 shades in front of you and you're just like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do with this. So I used to use powder, the Bare Minerals. I used that for years, and I really, really like stayed away from liquid foundations. And literally, no joke, I would like get anxiety about liquid foundations because I remember as a teenager having that yellow line on my face, and I just didn't trust them. So I kind of stayed with Bare Minerals. That's a really good, safe alternative. I feel like Bare Minerals is a good brand. They have a nice variety of shades. They have, you know, liquid now, and they have the powder. And the one thing I really liked about Bare Minerals was it just kind of looked like you weren't wearing anything, which is what I guess the concept behind that brand would be. But when I started working at Sephora, I kind of thought, okay, I gotta try some of these liquid ones. And I mean, why not? When you get all these free samples and stuff, I mean, you want to try things. So, and that is also too, I don't know about Ulta because I don't shop there very often, but Sephora, they offer free samples of things. And so if you like find something you want to try and you're not sure if you want to spend the money on it, they will give you samples. So you can always just grab those if you're at Sephora. But anyway, so I started trying some of the liquid foundations. Some of them were a total miss, and some of them I was really surprised. And the Amazonian Clay one was one of them. I really, really, really loved Tarte. The Amazonian Clay one is nice because it feels heavy. The formula is kind of thicker, but it actually doesn't feel like that on your face. It's really nice and light. And it has great coverage, and it wicks away moisture. So throughout the day, I've noticed like I don't get as oily through my T-zone as I normally would. So any of theirs are really good. Tarte is a wonderful brand. The Kat Von D Lock-It Liquid Foundation, I don't have one to show you, but if you don't know who Kat Von D is, you need to go get on Google or something. But hers, I did not like it, and that's just personal opinion, so of course take it for what it is. But I did try that one, and I felt like I was wearing concrete on my face, and it just like rubbed off, and it was terrible. So for some people, some things will work, and then some others it won't. So you just have to try things to see, you know, if they'll work for you or not. Another one that I just bought that I really like is I've been watching Jeffree Star. He is a makeup artist, and he's got a YouTube channel. An amazing makeup artist. He's awesome. He has his own line of liquid lipsticks, and now he's coming out with he has an eyeshadow palette and some highlighters and stuff. But anyways, he's always raving about the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. So I finally decided to order it and just kind of see, you know, if I would like it or not. And it is awesome. I really, really like this. I would say the biggest downfall to this is it's $65 for a bottle. The Amazonian one, the Tarte brand, that one runs $39. And then they have some others. Sephora and Ulta carry different Tarte foundations. So if you're looking for the Amazonian clay, you would want to go to Sephora. Now, if Ulta carries it now, I don't know. They didn't used to, but they might now. But they do have a couple of different foundations at Sephora and Ulta that you have to get at one or the other. Needless to say, that one was $39. This one was $65. So I try with this one to just kind of wear it when I'm maybe going out for a special occasion, or I'm just feeling really sassy, you know, I'll wear this one. It is a lighter weight. It's liquid. You have to shake it up to use it. But the coverage is actually awesome. I really feel like it's buildable and it blends out really nice and it gives you that really nice airbrush look. So this one is a definite hit for me. I really, really love it. And you know, it's a kind of a hard to say sometimes, you know, when it comes to certain products. Some people want to spend that much money and some don't. So there's a lot of good foundations out there that aren't going to cost you $65, but if you know, want to give it a try, I would say definitely it is a good one. There's another foundation that I'm going to be swatching in an upcoming video. I've got a few products coming and I just wanted to wait to do, kind of going to do a favorites and then like favorites and a oh no type of a video to kind of show you guys some of the things I really love and then some of the things that I just like weren't good. And I'll do some swatching and different stuff, but I need to wait for some stuff to come in the mail. So I do have a foundation that is, I've heard a lot about it online and I'm going to be swatching it and reviewing it in an upcoming video. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please definitely leave them underneath, and like and subscribe. I'm new to YouTube, so I really, really appreciate the support, especially to the people that know me. This has been a passion of mine for a long time, and I'm never really done videos, so this is something really new to me, but I'm really enjoying it, and I have a lot more stuff coming. I'm going to start doing some videos where I show you how to do different looks and stuff, but if there's anything you'd like reviewed or anything you'd like to see, definitely comment below and let me know. And everybody have a great day. We'll see you next time.